guys, welcome to History with Arnav. I'm Arnav Joshi, and today we are going to talk about Alexander the European in the episode 2 of season 2. So let's start. Today in this episode we are going to talk about a European who was looking at the Indus River. He crossed the Indus River and conquered till the Satluj River. He was fascinated about why the Indian myths and the Greek myths are so similar. In this episode, we are mostly going to talk about Alexander's time in India. In some time, we are going to talk about his stories in Macedonia. So let's start. Alexander was born in present-day Macedonia. At the time, Greece was divided into many kingdoms. Out of those kingdoms, the Macedonians were considered as barbarians. Alexander was the son of King Philip II. Philip's dream was to conquer the entire Greece. So one day a horse trader had come to Greece. The horse trader had many good horses. But there was one horse who was mad. Philip didn't want to buy that horse, but Alexander wanted to buy that horse because he understood that that the horse could calm down, and finally he managed to calm down the horse. He named the horse Bucephalus. Alexander had a teacher named Aristotle. Aristotle knew about chemistry, geography, literature, history. So basically he was a know-it-all. Aristotle taught Alexander how to read and write and how to be kind to his enemies. He taught Alexander Greek and Indian myths. Alexander used to wonder about how Indian and Greek myths can be so similar even though they are separated by thousands of miles. For example, take ambrosia, which is what the gods drink in Greek. In India, it is called Amrit. Alexander also used to think about the Indian nuclear power called Brahmastra. Philip's dream of unifying the entire Greece was fulfilled near his death. When Philip died, Alexander sat on the throne of Greece. His dream was to bring the entire world under his control, or whatever was discovered. If you have a map, you can see that Turkey lies in two continents, Asia and Europe. So there is an advantage for European rulers to come through Istanbul into Asia. So Alexander did just that. He gathered his forces, marched through Bulgaria and reached Istanbul, and through Istanbul he crossed Persia and he finally reached Kandahar and through Persia and reached Kandahar, and then he crossed the Hindu Kush mountains from there. In India, there were many kings such as the Nandas at that time. There was a famous rivalry between Ambhi and Puru, the kings. Ambhi's kingdom was at the west of the Indus River, while Puru's kingdom was at the east of the Indus River. So Ambhi made a treaty with Alexander that if Alexander helped Ambhi to capture Puru's kingdom, then then Ambhi would give Alexander his entire kingdom. So he thought it would be good because he wanted to capture us, and so he decided to help Ambhi. So so Ambhi so Alexander's So Alexander's army set camp on the Indus River's banks, while Puru's army set camp on the other bank. So it was basically almost like Panipat. So for a lot of days it was raining. So finally the rain stopped for a while. So did you know what Alexander did? He sent one force across the river to fight with Puru, while his main force went northwards, then crossed the river from there and marched southwards from there and attacked Puru from both directions. So it was basically it was a bloody battle and lots of people died. And in the next few days, Puru's army was killed. Puru's Alexander's soldiers surrounded Puru from all sides, and then Alexander asked Puru that how Puru should be treated. Puru replied bravely like a king. Alexander was impressed. Alexander was impressed by his reply and made him the regent of the land. Alexander had to stop his march on India. His army was scared of the Nandas. So Alexander decided to retreat back to Greece. In the battle with Puru, his horse Bucephalus had also got killed. He appointed and he also got malaria in India. So he appointed satraps to look after the land and decided to leave India. Seleucus was the satrap of India. Alexander could only make it till Babylon. After that he died. He died at the age of 32. After his death, the territory which he had conquered got divided into many satraps which he had named. So here you can see. So why did Alexander come to India? Many historians argue about it. Maybe it was for the wealth, maybe to know about the truth about Amrit and the Brahmastra. So this is the end of my video. Please like, subscribe and share the video in case you liked it.